Hello and welcome to Rings Check. I'm Barry and today we are playing A Flight to the Ford, the third scenario in the Lord of the Rings saga boxes. Fifth one for me though, from Fantasy Flight and the Lord of the Rings living card game. If you're not up to date with the story, check out the What's the Story videos, and if you just want to see the playthroughs, then watch the game videos where I'll talk a little more about the decks, and you can watch me play through the scenario. Don't forget to check out the comments. I have gone through them and corrected most of my mistakes. But this is not the this is not the channel to learn to play well. But I don't let mistakes put me off. I would much rather have fun and play through the game than worry too much about getting everything right. Of course, getting it right within the confines of the rules is part of the fun, but making the odd mistake doesn't really bother me. So this deck is fairly similar to the previous one, where we fought the Ring Wraiths atop Weathertop, and but mostly swapped out a lot of the allies and put in some things to support being able to play these allies, because they are costly. Gandalf 5, Elrond 3, Glorfindel 5. The main ways, what I really want to do is cheat these people out and not pay for them. I don't mind paying for a Gandalf, maybe once a game, but typically I want to get them out. And so we have the core set, best combo, sneak attack Gandalf, because Gandalf has these really cool enters play effects. I was going to say on reveal, but that is a different game entirely. Sneak attack Gandalf. Gandalf comes back to hand, so you can play him again. You can get his enters play effect multiple times just by triggering sneak attack. Now, sneak attack is always worth remembering. It's only for a particular phase. If you play him during planning, he won't be able to quest. If you play him during questing, he won't be able to defend. If you play him during defense, he won't be. No, combat's still all one phase, so you could attack, but if you defend with him, then obviously he'd be exhausted. So sneak attack's classic there, cost 1, and you can put an ally into play and return them to hand. Now that's not really going to help us with Glorfindel, who does stick around, so we don't want to be sneak attacking Glorfindel, but we can sneak attack Elrond as a heal if we need to, or a card draw, and his stats are also pretty good. Because we are a secrecy deck, and not least of which the art here is Glorfindel coming to our timely aid. If we get a turn 1 timely aid, we can look at the top 5 cards of the deck and put one revealed ally into play, and that is just for a single leadership resource, which isn't bad. Ideally you're wanting to hit Glorfindel off that, but you'll really take anything. Just a quick start to getting people out, and of course you can stay in secrecy with both the Shirefolk and, if you need to, Gandalf to reduce your threat by 5. Now generally you don't want to be doing that because the draw 3 or the deal 4 damage are typically better for this scenario. Everything else in here we've already seen. The only song we've kept since Tom Bombadil is the Song of Hope, because that's going to let us power through quests a little faster. We've kept the Dunedain marks, just sort of one-offs, and this to help with defending, because we are going to be fighting Nazgul. They hit quite hard. We've got Celebrian Stone, because that's our kind of concession to being Aragorn to help us quest. But the other new card in the deck this time round is Elfstone. So Elfstone attaches to an active location. That location gets +1 quest point, but after you clear the location as an explored location, you can put one ally into place. That's another way of getting Glorfindel. It's another way of getting Gandalf down in time for... actually, I guess you wouldn't play him in that window because he would disappear. Oh no, I'm telling you lies. I'm thinking sneak attack. Yeah, you can play Gandalf down. He'll be around to attack or defend. You still get the effect. All very cool. So let's get into it and see how it works. This deck will either... it's got a reasonable chance of just smashing everything, but similarly I might have to work for it. So let's just have a little look and get set up. So each burden card, so these are the burdens, and there is a small window for shuffling if I just hover correctly here. Come on, you can do it. No good. View, shared, encounter deck. Close the shuffle. So our second encounter deck, so that's set up now. That's filled with burdens. They're going to stay with us for the rest of the campaign until we're able to potentially get rid of them. But we must take at least one, and so that will start to get a little harder as we progress. But here for setup, we attach Evil Wound to the Ring Bearer. I'm just going to put it to the side. Gets 15 life, and that's going to tick down 1 a turn, plus any bad encounter cards that come out, or minus any bad encounter cards that come out. Frodo has been gravely injured in the attack at Weathertop, and will perish if his companions can't bring him to Rivendell in time. Strider leads the hobbits towards the Hidden Valley, anxiously listening for the sound of Black Riders. So the other things we've got set up are the last bridge and a single Fell Rider, because I'm only one player. And then here, this is you'll never use this if you can avoid it, but after an enemy is declared as an attacker, shuffle the top card of the burden deck into the encounter deck to cancel that attack. Anything in the encounter deck at the end of the game we're going to have to deal with multiple times, so we just don't want it. So here we need to clear the last bridge before we can progress, and at the end of every round reduce the Ring Bearer's life by 1. So this ticks down quite quickly, and it can be, if we get jammed up at the start, particularly with enemies, then we might struggle and have to do a restart, but we'll see how it goes. One thing I might not have covered in the last scenario at the end was choosing another boon, and here I've taken Tireless Ranger for the +1 defense more so than the Ranger trait. There's a lot of heavy hitting happening this round, and just starting with that is very useful. The road runs along the edge of the hills for many miles, from the bridge to the ford of Bruinen, but I have not yet thought how we shall cross that water, one river at a time. We shall be fortunate indeed if we do not find the last bridge held against us. And here, so Frodo wakes up and no Black Riders, hooray. They've drawn off for the time being, but not far I fear. They will come again another night if we cannot escape. They are only waiting because they think that their purpose is almost accomplished, and the ring cannot fly much further. So, Frodo's life ticking down. Let's have a look at our opening hand. I don't want to sneak attack because I've nobody to sneak attack in. Having both Songs of Hope is pretty interesting, but I'm probably going to be spending a number of my resources, and this would be useful for questing, but I can't afford it turn 1. So I'm going to mulligan this opening hand and see if I can't get something that starts a little better. And this is arguably better. A Hail of Stones. This isn't... I can maybe take this out because it's only for getting really badly enemy locked at the top. Being able to get through somebody, but a lot of shadow effects and stuff return people to the staging area, so sometimes you can ping off a 2-person Hail of Stones just to finish somebody off, and that's almost better than them questing at times and then, or Merry staying up and having to fight them anyway. Elfstone I can put on the last bridge when it comes out, so this has 1 threat on it as well. Let's do that. And to go here, we must reveal the top of the burden deck as an encounter card. Most of them have Surge, if not all of them have Surge, so it's usually a bad thing and then another bad thing. So, see how it goes. Anyway, so Tom Bombadil now goes in hand. We're going to start a new round. And away to the races. So I want to keep my threat as low as possible for as long as possible in case I get timely aid. But I also want to keep quite a hand of cards so I can bogey stories into something maybe a little better. So we'll start here. I'm actually not going to play anything, including Song of Hope, even though it's free. We will quest. So we're succeeding by 4. I'm not going to I'm only doing 1 damage to him at the moment, so it'll be no good. So I might as well quest with Merry. Let me see what we get. So here's where things start to get a little tricky, right? We've got a second enemy that's hard to deal with, particularly at this stage. So being able to drop an early Gandalf to do 4 damage and then Hail of Stones this guy away is pretty reasonable. Same with this. But regardless, we managed to make 3 progress on the quest, and then we will travel to the last bridge. So in order to do that, we have to reveal one of these. Let's can't click on it, so let's make it the middle one and see what we get. So when revealed, the first player must deal X damage, where X is the number. So I've only got to deal 1 damage. I'll just put it on Pippin. Oops, that's progress. 1 damage on Pippin. That's not a problem, but it's got Surge. And I guess Eating Alive's one of the easier burdens to deal with overall. You should always have somebody that's not going to be getting hit much for questing. So this goes away. We get Surge. Right, so now we're in a little bit of trouble. I could... And in fact, I might have to engage this guy just so we don't get totally locked out of the guys at the top here. And so I will... my choice here as well, sorry, at the beginning of the encounter phase, either I reduce my life by 1 or I must engage him. And these guys are... they get, if the 1 ring's exhausted, more things come out. But when I engage an enemy with a higher engagement cost than my threat, I stand up, Pippin draws me a card, and that's not bad for questing, but not strictly what I need right now. Then we get a shadow card here, and I think defending for 3. Do I feint this? No, because there's no point, because I can't clap back for anything because Merry is exhausted. So I will defend for 3. Ooh, got rid of another one. So this could have been really bad for enemies. I take 1 damage, and that is the end of the round, I guess. So end of round, we lose 1 life. Don't let me forget. And then we drop this. That's spicy. So I definitely want Elfstone up here. But can I clear it is the question. So that cost me 1. No point dropping a second one. I do want some more questing. And I can't kill any of these. Let me think. So if I clear here, Gandalf will come down. I can do 4 damage to somebody. But that does involve clearing this. So I suppose you go on Frodo for the time being. You go on Sam. I've got a feint at worst, so I should be okay. I wouldn't mind a weapon, but I should be okay for some reasonable questing here. So I'm succeeding by 3. I definitely need more. I think I just have to go for it. So 5. It's not a lot, but I can pump it by 2. Cool. So this isn't too bad either. Stop shadow cards coming out. So I succeed by 3. I'll spend 1 of Frodo's to succeed by 4. Then this will go to the victory display, and then... Oh no, I need to succeed by 5, don't I? Because it gets +1. Quest point. So let's put an ally into play, which will be Gandalf. And when Gandalf comes into play, I shall do 4 damage here. Oh, wrong button. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because then I'll be able to kill him with Hail of Stones next time. I will travel to here. Do I optionally engage this guy? So I've got 1 feint, 1 on-demand type feint. That will let me draw a card and stand up Sam. 4, 5, 6. I can only hit back for 6 at best. But I need to clear the... I need to clear here. Quite tricky. Quite tricky. I almost wonder if drawing 3 cards would have been better. Still, this is fine. So if I feint 1 here, I can't clap back for any damage, really. You know what? I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to optionally engage this guy. That's going to let me stand and draw a card. Nice-ish. They're both going to get... no, they're not going to get shadow cards. So while the Etten Moors is the active location, they do not get a shadow card. So let's just shuffle that back in. Where the 1 ring exhausted, I would still get 1, I guess. Do not deal Nazgul enemies a shadow card, but I presume do not deal enemies their first shadow card. That's how I would read that. So you're only hitting for 4 and I'm defending for 3. So I think that has to be the first thing we do. And I need to find Elrond pretty quick, or at the very least build a pony. Then you're hitting for 5, but Gandalf will block that. And then we are done. So life down by 1. So this isn't a strong start, right? This is one that I feel like I'm probably going to lose. But I guess we'll see how it goes. So this does want to go in there, but I might... Gandalf's gone as well. He goes away at the end of the round. It's quite tricky. It's quite tricky. I definitely want to do this and just kill him. So let's do that with Pippin for the time being. So spend 1, sack off you, exhaust you, kill you. So now we've got a clear run at getting through here. Whenever progress placed on here, we want to get through it in a 1er. So it definitely means Sam has to go. So 5, and I guess I have to send Frodo as well. But then how do I survive? I guess I survive okay. It's question for 7. Don't be another enemy. Right, okay, so like I can't take them. So you come out, I go fish for another Nazgul. I do feel like this is a restart. Is another Black Rider in here? Or are they all Nazguls? We'll just take a Nazgul. Wait, Black Riders are 30s. Yeah, fine. Fell Rider, sorry. So then I get through for 5. So that clears you, but I have to take 1 damage. And I get 2 more on the quest. Then and then... Like, you only do 1 damage. Which sucks quite a lot. And I'm spending both of my... So this time they do get shadow cards. Spend 1 to feint you, and you have to go to the victory display to get rid of the other one. So discard, discard, because I can't take a hit. Then I attack, and I only do 1 damage. Yeah, I'm in trouble. End of round, this goes down. New card. This doesn't particularly help me at this point, but spend 2, draw 4. Okay, so another feint's not bad. A quick strike, so hold on, we're on to something here. So a quick strike for 1, plus 3, so they're hitting for 7, which would do 4 damage. I need to spend... So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I could kill you. And I think that's what I will do. And I'll just do it now because I've no other real options. So spend 1 for Quick Strike. Spend 1, oh, wrong way, to boost my attack by 2 and boost my attack by 3. And then I strike for 9, so 4 plus 3 plus 2, which takes you out. So that's something. So my single feint I can no longer afford. So I need to stay standing, because I will have to defend. Alternatively, I do have 5 money, and I could drop it all on Gandalf. Gandalf would come down, could do 4 here. He could defend it for me, but I would need to do... I need to do 4 attack, and that would only be 1, 2, 3. Wow. This isn't strong. I think I might have to play Gandalf anyway for the defense, because Sam's only got 1 more hit point, and he's only defending for 2 at this stage. So I guess I spend all my money on Gandalf. Do I do 4 damage? Or do I draw 3 cards? Interesting game this, interesting game. I will... I think I draw 3 cards. Excellent. Excellent. So I can... Let's just make sure my threat is down here. What happens if I don't quest? Threat goes up by 4-ish. Nah, I guess a quest here. So succeeding by 3. You can't really hit back enough. You can't hit back enough, so... Oh no! So reduce the ring bearer's life by 1. And effectively stats are all blanked until the end of the round. Why you... Yeah, so you're not in the quest anymore. Well, you are still in the quest, sorry, but you're worth nothing to me. So that's okay. Succeed by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we know where to travel to. I will not... Oh, I must optionally engage you. Did I fail to optionally engage him last time? I think I might have. Yeah, because he was there already, right? I didn't choose to engage him, which would put another burden in. Well, on the basis that I'm probably going to restart this one anyway, let's make it... Oh no, I'll have to lose a life. Yeah, just lose a life. That sorts it out. Phew, I thought I was put a burden in or engage him, but losing a life's not great, but it's not a problem. Gandalf defends. Nothing. And we're into a... Gandalf goes away. Life down by 1. So we're getting enemy locked, and it's a real problem. Oh, I'd really like to put some more defense on Sam, but I have to spend his 1 buck on timely aid. So that's going to let me look at the top 5. And Elrond, nothing. A swing and a miss. That's definitely game then. Like, if at least if I got Elrond, I could heal myself for 2. Gives me another couple of defences at a push. Sure. Well, let's think about this then. I need to do 8. I can do 4. Can't get Gandalf down. Can't play for you. Man. Wouldn't mind another location just to put another Elfstone on. But not to be. Okay, so we quest. Quest. I don't really want to complete the quests, but I guess I have to. Actually, it's going to be tricky to get around, but it's fine. So here we get another 5, which does that. And so now it's the race to Rivendell. Black horses leaped down the hill in pursuit, and from the riders came a terrible cry, such as Frodo had heard, filling the woods with horror in the East Farthing far away. It was answered, and to the dismay of Frodo and his friends, out from the trees and rocks away on the left, 4 other riders came flying. 2 rode towards Frodo, 2 galloped madly towards the ford to cut off his escape. So let's flippy dippy that. So we're now on the set aside, Ford of Bruinen and the Witch King out. And this is effectively 30 quests, which I have got through for as long as there's a Nazgul out. It's not so bad. My problem is if I quest here, I get another encounter card and I can't deal with it. So I'm just going to have to go to here. I can't really engage you because I can't take a hit. So you get a shadow card. I will feint it away. Oh wait, my life goes down by 1 because I'm not engaging this guy. He doesn't do much. So it's fainted. And then I attack for 4. Yeah, does 1. He's got 4 left, so if I get Gandalf out, I can kill him. So the real advantage of being able to clear this is that all enemies are discarded. So I could have at least 2 of these engaged, get rid of them without really having to attack them during the quest phase, but I can't take 2 hits is my problem. So next round, lose another life, getting pretty close to dead here. So let me now put another defense on Sam. Wrong button. And then I'm going to have to pay the 5 for Gandalf, I think. I just have to pay the 5 for Gandalf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the 4 damage here, which kills you. And then, I can't believe I've not seen a single dagger or anything that's going to help me get through damage like these guys, but is what it is. So I now defend for 4 as long as he doesn't get a boost on a shadow card. So let's have a look at some of the shadow cards here. None of them boost them, but that Pale Blade could come out at some point. Let's close and keep order. So if that is the case, 4, 8, 10, 11, 12. So I can only do 12 damage tops at this point. So I guess I can probably engage you and kill you as Gandalf stays upright. You would have to stay upright as well. You would get to stand again. So -4, which is no good. Even more resources. 4, 8, 9. I think I just have to take the increase in threat. See what happens. Each ally gets -1. That's fine. Because we've only Gandalf as an ally and he's not questing. So that's pretty good. So -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's okay. That's okay. Then I optionally engage this guy, which lets Sam stand and me draw a card. Great. Well, it's something. It's something. Then he'll get a shadow card. Sam will defend, and if this is a +1, he dies horribly. Nothing. So I got my +2 from Tireless Ranger and Dunedain Warning, plus the 1 for standing back up. And then wait a minute, 8. Only in 9. Why didn't Frodo quest or something? Yeah. Let's reduce my threat by 2. 9 attack kills you. So it's looking a little more manageable, I guess. But let me now reduce health again here. Gandalf goes away. New round. Can't afford that. Can't afford this. It's very hard to one-shot the Witch King, but it's not impossible. So that's +1, plus another one, potentially. I think I'll try and save up cards here. No point putting Elfstone down because I don't have any allies in hand. And then we quest. Tell me I'm only questing for 2. I guess I have to go all out if I want any hope of getting through this. In fact, if I want any hope of getting through this, I'm going to have to put that on Pippin. New encounter card. Oh, jeez. So I'm only succeeding by 1. I can only pump it by 1. So I guess 1 it is. I can't really take you because you would get through my defences to kill me. Can't take you because you're too strong. Yeah, definitely should get that down as well. But it's just looking like it's all over, to be honest. So here we'll get new round. So Feint's handy. No good against the Witch King, but fine here. Let's play you for card draw. So this is useful for here. So here, this comes on 1 and 1. Here we spend 1, which is attack up by 1. So 6, 7. I need the other dagger to be able to one-shot the ring wraiths, not the Witch King though. I can feint the... So I can feint this guy this turn, and I'll have enough to kill him. So let's do that anyway. So quest. -1 already. -3. I think I just take the 3 at this point. Then I optionally engage you. Stands me up, draws me a card. That's not as handy as it might have been, but no problem. Then you get a shadow card. I feint you. So that goes away. And then we attack for 6, 7, 8, 9. Which is enough to take you out. Health goes down another 1 though. Will I make it across the river in time? The answer to that is unlikely. So Bill comes down for free. Helps a little. Not massively, but it's something. And more questing, I guess. I think I just all out questing because I really need to get through this. So I can pump it by 3 this time, so hopefully that's not too bad. So I pump it by 1. So that gets me through there. Then I can take either of these. I can't take these because I would die horribly. So I have to go here. Which gets me this. Return each Nazgul enemy to the staging area if none surge. Jeez. And then I theoretically have to take him. But that is the death of somebody. No real way of getting around it. That was such a bad start. And then he's going to get a shadow card. He's going to attack. Return enemy to the staging area. So then getting through this doesn't even matter. That is a game loss. So we wish to reload the decks and mark as defeat. And then we've got to go through the rigmarole of setting up again. Go back in the deck, back in the deck, back in the deck. You come down, you go in the middle there. Never remembers what we're in for this. Got Gandalf's delay. I need to spawn Ranger, Tireless Ranger, because at the moment in my side deck is Noble Hero, but I need the defense, so I had to get rid of that. Mr. Underhill, oh Bogey Tails, Gandalf's Delay, and decide whether or not to mulligan. And again, no, nothing good in that opening hand, so I will mulligan. Then we get Tom's Story. So this isn't good either, to be honest. In fact, arguably much worse. Not 100% sure how to get around this. 15. But we go again. So it's a new round. And Bill comes down for free. I'll save up for this first before I get that down. And then we will quest. Everybody might as well quest. Pa problem. Absolutely not what I wanted to see. Let's get an encounter deck here. Can I yet find that tiny little spot where it may or may not fit? What if I refresh this page? Nothing. So shared, second encounter deck, close and shuffle. So I'm going to travel. Oh yeah, I didn't even work out what. So succeed by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting ahead of myself. Then we travel here. So what do we get this time? Attach the ring bearer's condition. We're going to request either exhaust the one ring or reveal an additional encounter card. That could also be a game ender for this one because I'm already stuffed up here. Not going to engage either of you, so I'll already lose 2 life. Then end of round, lose another life. I think this is a. Your room is closed or timed out. Ugh, how annoying. Okay. Let us go to. Well, luckily we just failed miserably anyway, so we will close room. Mark is incomplete. Let me get the thingy again. I'll make a new room. Great room. Private. And this gives me a great excuse to start again very early on. So menu, and then we load. Load. What am I doing? Load the quest. Lord of the Rings campaign. What am I doing? Flight to the Fort. Oh my gosh. Yes, this is fine. So let's do one more time. Got a thingy delay, so that's fine. You come down here. Oops, too much. Shuffle away. Sideboard. Mr. Underhill. Kind of still up there. No bogey stories. You'll come in my hand at the end. And then I need to spawn Tireless Ranger. Put it on Sam. Give him his stat boost. Oh, wrong. And that's. None of this is what I want either. Maybe I want a mulligan. This is better. At least I got a weapon. That comes into hand. And we start the new round. So flip you. So this goes. We stick that on Sam. Give him his extra defense. This comes up here. Give Mary his extra offense. And nothing else worth playing here. A couple of quick strikes that might be semi-beneficial if I can get 2 more attack on there. So actually I could start chipping away at him. It'll take a couple of turns, but yeah, let's try that. So I'm not going to do a big quest this first one. No allies, so can't keep getting away with it. Succeed by 5. Go here. I want to look at the second encounter deck. Shuffle it. So encounter deck 2. In fact, I can push a button for encounter deck 2. Shazammed. The first player must exhaust the 1 ring. I can do that. That's not a problem. And Surge. The Eton Moors. Yeah, this isn't so bad. I will engage you rather than lose the life, which stands you, draws me a card. Oh, this is getting good. Then we deal a shadow card. Sam defends for 4, but he goes back to the he goes back, so getting a hit off with Merry didn't happen. Very sad. Although I've got an opportunity to respond. I can't pay for quick strike, so because I could have quick strike an unseen strike to get through him, but still, this is stronger than it was last time. I need the defense more than I need the questing at this point, so here we've now got a pretty strong defense set up. We will do the same again. Not succeeding by much. Oh, didn't reduce my life. You find for every subsequent attempt I rush through it even more. So this is... nobody was affected by that. Ooh, +1 attack. Well, that's just as well. We've got the other life down, but that's also surge. But now everybody's text box is blank. Oh no, but it's not only that, it's each character I'm playing. Characters also include enemies. So he's also blank. But this also gains surge because there's Nazgul out. And then you do nothing. Can't keep getting away with it. So succeed by 3, which is marginally annoying, I guess. 1, 2, 3. You should have quested. If I engaged you, he wouldn't stand back up because he just wouldn't. So, oh, but I could still kill. Oh no, my text box is blank, so I don't have. My attack is currently 2. So that's fine. Nobody will do anything. We will proceed. So I do want to play this. Keep my threat low. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not worth splurging on Gandalf just yet. He's not really going to do anything for me. So instead I will go back to what I was doing. Right, we've had 3 turns at this fairly innocuous staging area. So surely bad things are coming out. So you must either shuffle the top birding or raise each player's threat by 3 and end the quest. Well, we're doing that. So no progress made, but that's okay. Then I will optionally engage you, which stands you, draws me a card, and then you get a shadow card. You're swinging for 5. Sam's defending for 5. I will allow it. Perfect. And then you're going to unseen strike. So you're swinging for 9, which is enough to kill you. By the way, this is the one. Then lose another life, and we will continue. So this is... I could play this to get Gandalf out, but would I really want to? I do need to get my threat back under control so timely aids can do something. But generally I need them to deal with enemies more than anything else. So what if instead I just paid $2 to increase Sam's willpower, and I mean, I could just straight up pay for Gandalf, I guess. Quest through. Nah, not this time. Quest. Succeeding by 6. Succeeding by 3, so 1 gets rid of that. 2, 3. Then we will travel to here. I'd rather get some advantage of that being in the staging area if I've got to lose a life for going there. And then we will lose a life. So actually I've done, there's been quite a lot of turns, but a lot of the cards were the surge ones. Oh, this is perfect. So now I can one-shot Nazgul, which is kind of what I need. Do I play Gandalf? I mean, I was swimming in resources at the moment. I think I might. So let's spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for just an old-fashioned play a Gandalf, and I will drop my threat by 5. So that's one of the options for him. Then we will quest. So you -1 here, but Gandalf's a badass. So succeed by 9. 4 takes care of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will travel to here just because I want that clear. Health down, Gandalf away, New round. Oh, sneak attack. Sad. But there's more Gandalfs out there. So one more time. Quest, quest, quest. Cheeky location. 3 gets rid of this, but causes me to lose a life. And 1, 2, 3, 4 would have got us there. So, the Road to Rivendell. Let's get the set aside cards, the Ford of Bruinen and the Witch King come out. You know what? Do I just go for it? Or, new plan, I go to the troll camp. No, that's dumb. I will go to the Ford, which makes me reveal an encounter card. I will raise each player's threat by 3 and end the quest phase. Luckily we're not in the quest phase, so that doesn't matter. And then I will optionally engage you, which stands me, draws me a card. Yes, this has worked out fine. Now I can't feint the Witch King because he's immune to player card effects. So instead Sam will defend for 5, which does mean he will take at least 1 damage. If this attack destroys a character, it does not. Sam only takes 1 damage. And then I can clap back for a little, but seems pretty pointless. I'll do it anyway. Just in case. You never know what's coming up next, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent, excellent. Life down by 1. I'm feeling much more confident about this one. So I'm out of timely aid range to get anything sneaky down, but I'm far better off just questing through this, I think, than anything else, so that is exactly what I'll do. Succeeding by 9. Hopefully this isn't anything wild. Each engaged enemy makes an immediate attack. Ah, no! The only card that was sad, but that's, I'll spend 1 resource and exhaust the 1 ring in order to shuffle you back in and get another one. So all my stats count for naught, and I lose a life, which is fine. Succeed by 7. 6 gets me through there, and 1 progress. And if we look in the victory display, the Ford of Bruinen, after it leaves play as an explored location, all engaged enemies are discarded. Now this is a encounter deck effect, not a player card effect, and therefore the Witch King is not immune to it, and he gets swept off. See you later, Kingy. And now it should be plain sailing. So I will travel to here, although it's arguably better just to leave it in the staging area, but we'll do 1 big quest and see what happens. So now I will lose a life and ready up. Perfect. So we're going to do some stuff here. The first thing I'm going to do is spend 2 on Frodo's Intuition. And I'm questing with everybody this turn, so that gets me +4 and draws me 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I didn't get any threat reduction. So I think my best bet's to turn resources into questing. Oh, so drop you in there. 1, 2, get +2. Then none of these. Oh no, this helps me till end of phase. I won't worry about it. So I'm going to Old Bogey Stories to mulligan my hand. Here I get this. That's another +3. I can sneak attack Gandalf out during the quest phase, and arguably I could sneak attack Gandalf out here. Timely aid. No, but then I would be just short of my resources. So no real advantage to that. I have to assume I have to assume I'm fine. So here I will go into the quest phase. I will sneak attack Gandalf. Gandalf is going to reduce my threat by 5, just in case anything bad happens. And then we will quest for 20. And I can boost it by 3. So barring, oh well, you come out, I lose 1 life. But I succeed by 18. So you go off to the victory display for 2, and then 16 on here. Boom, done. And if the players defeat this stage, they've won the game. So we swept away the Witch King, so that was fairly thematic. The second time round, but the first time, obviously, one of the, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a weakness of this deck, but any deck, if you get a lot of the Nazgul out early, it's very hard to get away with them, get away from them. So also quite thematic. We weren't totally locked out. You know, we did have a chance of succeeding the first time round, but typically, even though my life's down at 5, you know, that's only been 8. You know, it's round 8 that we've completed it. That's a pretty reasonable time to do it. And we didn't see. What did we see? We didn't see Glorfindel really. We didn't see Elrond, wherever he is. I guess it is a little light on allies, but you need the other cards as well. Build up your characters. Getting a one-shot Merry to take out a Nazgul is kind of the thing to do, right? Because if you can just start knocking Nazgul out left and right, then you do some good things. So as I said, having Hail of Stones and having potentially Gandalf's damage to do as well, just to take them out of the staging area, is kind of necessary. And I wouldn't necessarily say we got unlucky the first time round, but you know, there's enough tricks in here that make it interesting. Still, that is that. So we'll be moving on to what was the old second box, which I've already forgotten, but we'll be getting the Fellowship together next quest, and we'll see who decides to offer their bows or axes to travel to Mordor. Until next time, this is Rings Check, signing off.